Hello, today is Friday. It's been one heck of a week. It is Friday, February 28th, 2020. I want to walk you through the last 7-8 minutes of a close, what we're experiencing here. Very interesting stuff here, okay? A lot of people were saying going into, the close that this could be ugly. It might be a huge sell-off. Currently, even though it's an ugly day, don't get me wrong, when you're seeing a 2.3% decline on a day, that's not fun, but understand that this is well off the lows of the day. We are not seeing a massive sell-off yet. We have 7 minutes left in the close. That could change quickly. Few things that did happen throughout the day that you could take it as you wish. The Fed basically came in and said, hey, if we need to step in and reduce rates, we will do so. And that is very interesting, especially when you see the following. I want you to notice this. The rates on the 10-year, the rate of decline in a day. Guys, that is absolutely insane. If you're doing a 30-year mortgage, very soon you probably will get a 30-year mortgage, potentially even below 3%. Guys, that is nuts. Historically, the 2-year, I'm not sure if we've ever been that low. So we're seeing some epic stuff here. I think people were assuming the worst. Don't get me wrong. Today is ugly. These are futures. This is where we're at. So this is not the actual, but futures. We'll get into that. But in short, we had a bid in bonds. You got to be careful getting into these now. Okay? I want to show you why. So you're like, wait a minute, but this is the bond yield going down. That's how much demand there has been. Therefore, the price is going up because people have demand for it. However, as I'm going to show you in this chart, it's a good segue into the next chart, TLT. This is a little bit nuts. I'm going to be honest with you. This is the demand for the TLT, which is 20-year treasury. People are very, very concerned. Look at the huge buying volume here. That is well above average. We are well overbought here, so be careful if you're going to hide there. We are currently, by the way, with 5 minutes left, shifting even lower off the lows, so it's improving. I think that this is surprising people. I think people were assuming the worst. Again, the day is going to close negative. I'm not denying that. But I think a lot of people were assuming going in, I don't want to hold over a long weekend. This could get worse. In fact, what we are seeing from China right now is the number of cases are reducing. It doesn't mean it's not going to get worse in the U.S. There's a lot of bad things. I want to be candid about this. This is not a political thing on my end whatsoever. I'm not trying to, calm down the situation. I want to be real, and I will trade accordingly. Have I done significantly well during this period? No. I want to be completely honest about that, and I am sorry about that. We did have about 50% in cash. I wish I would have had more. I think anybody that is reasonable could say, we saw the fastest 6-day dip, even more extreme than the financial crisis. This is a little bit nuts and extreme. But it does happen off of all-time highs. We are very extreme here, but we're trying to give a balanced approach here. 4 minutes left. We continually improve on the day. So this is what I like to see. We're starting to establish a base. Could Monday be ugly after some horrible headlines? The thing that I'm struggling right now with is this is becoming a political bash where Republicans, truthfully, are probably undermining the situation a little bit, and Democrats are bashing the Republicans for that. And it just frustrates me. But the reality is, none of that really matters. Price determines everything. So take it out of the equation. Things are actually improving. I'm very interested to see if Monday and Tuesday we get a nice bid It might not be till midweek, but that is very interesting. I still have 25% to add. So again, apologize for the performance. I don't think anybody expected it to be this bad in the market, and I'm shocked, to be honest with you. I'm shocked a few levels did not hold. That's just being candid with you. We did better than, I'm sure, the buy and hold strategy, but wish we had done a little better in some places. There were a few areas that I in hindsight, wish I would have changed some things. No doubt about it. I'm just being candid and real with you. But here's where we stand. Let's take a look here. SPX, let's go to the 6 month. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look here. Oh, sorry. I need to go back. 6 month, this is a little bit off the cuff, which is why it's a little less organized. I'm literally trying to show you at a close, so it's not as clean as normal. So again, what I saw today, this is a longer scope, so it is over a year chart. We did test the 2850. You're like, why is that important? Because this was the low of October, and we did get a nice pounce off that, which is very interesting. So a test to October 2019 where we saw we were chugging along here trying to say, are we going to pounce higher or not? We finally did, broke out. Could it be we get a pounce to the 30.25? Yeah, it could happen very quickly as well. So don't lose your mind here. Don't make any dumb decisions. In situations like this, you're stupid to sell. So keep that in mind. We have a minute left. I'm going to refresh this to see where we're at. Keep an eye on this right now. The minus 1.55. I'm going to refresh this. See where we stand. Yes, huge move, improving numbers. I think this is going to surprise a lot of people. There could be a FOMO rally if you're a missing out rally here. Again, we're going to close negative, but the price action on the day is improved, and I'm going to show that to you in the 5 minute. The 5 minute is very interesting. It's going to confuse you. The 5 minute 2 day period. So here's the gap down overnight. Extreme fear. Tested the level, like I said, the 2850. Pounced higher. This has been a reoccurring theme where we pounce higher like this. Pounce higher, get around the second part of the day, and unfortunately, it gets ugly from there. Today was we did the same thing. Had a nice test. Was hoping we'd get to here where we opened. Did not happen. But this is good news, and that is the close. I'm going to refresh this. I think hopefully that this is interesting for you. You can see my perspective. I do watch very closely. Yes, well off the lows. This is what I want to see. It doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean we don't test lower. But we closed on the highs of the day. A gap down is likely to be tested. Don't be surprised if we test a little bit higher here. It is frustrating. I don't have this tone because I'm mad at anybody, mad at any conversations. But we are seeing some extreme levels. So I'm trying to keep a balanced approach here because it could go lower. I want to be honest about that. But we did see some good price action. We tested higher, started to falter. This concerned me. I'm like, this could be an ugly close. Didn't do anything stupid. Tried again. I'm like, oh crap, we're seeing lower highs here. This is not good. But this, my friends, is a good close. It's been a while since we've had one of those. So there could be some optimism going into the close. And in fact, what I'm going to show you what I do at the end of the day is see where futures are. I'm going to refresh this. And in fact, we did go positive on the futures. So this is after market. This is good. And we are rebounding quickly after the close. Hopefully this is very interesting. I purposely did this because I thought that this might happen. The Nasdaq, which I'm going to show you, actually had very, very good price action today. It was ugly at times. Again, this is not to be biased one way or another. I could look like a complete idiot. I do have a lot invested in the QQQ recently. Did I time it right? No, not at all. But take a look here. I said today, hopefully this is the last straw of the 200-day moving average. All the other indexes were well below the 200-day moving average. What was holding up the best was the Nasdaq, which is a lot of tech names. We rebounded significantly off the lows. I mean, this was down 3% at one point today, guys. That's a huge shift, big move. Where are we right now? 206. That's basically at the similar level where I bought yesterday. So very interesting stuff going on here. Do not be overly bearish. Do not do it. I'm trying to show you the QQQ, the 5-minute, the more short-term perspective. This is good. This is very good. Again, ugly day, but I had a lot invested here. This is the top 100 companies in the Nasdaq, so you understand what that means. So this is really good stuff. It's starting to see some improvement. Closed positive on the day. This is not futures. Top 100 companies in the Nasdaq right here. Positive, closed positive on the day. Unbelievable. It's a huge rally back. Again, huge dip. Tested high. I'm like, oh crap, we're going to run in the same issue where a lower high and into the close. A surprise that I don't think many were expecting. Went higher. Does it mean it's not going to go lower on Monday? No. But don't be surprised if you have a little bit of a battle here between good news and bad news, which might establish some sideways movement. I'm okay with that and want to be real about that. A few things that I want to show you in addition. I'm trying to keep this short but also educational. So keep this in mind. The TLT that we show this to you, extremely overbought. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. There is fear out there. I don't want to be a buyer of that. In fact, I'll sell more of what we have in there, to be honest with you. The volatility index, the VIX, well off the highs of the day. Well off the highs of the day. But here is a perspective over the year. Guys, we are seeing VIX levels above the 2018 scare when interest rates were rising. To me, this is screaming, you got to start entering some. I know there's a lot of fear. Got to do it. And the McClellan Oscillator, you're going to be like, what the heck is this? Regardless of, I'm not going to go into what it actually means. However, this is showing one of the lowest levels. This is a 20-year span, guys. 20-year span showing the levels at the last recession, 2008, 2009, right here. 117 and 129. The oscillator on Thursday, not even as the close of today. Thursday, 127.27. No offense, but we are not in that situation. From an economic standpoint, I don't care if you're biased, political, whatever. We are not in that situation. I'm not saying we're going to go higher. However, we are at extreme levels. Could you see a quick pounce and retest? Yes, it's probably going to be an environment where it's a quick 5%, 4 to 5% upswing, down 3%, up 8, down 3. We'll see. We take that day by day. But it was encouraging to see what the day closed at. Very interesting stuff. Let me see if I see anything else. I want to end it there. We're going to end with the clean slate to show you what could happen. We are back from a long-term perspective. We are testing the lows of October. That's all you got to think about, which is really frustrating. However, that is where we stand. We are in a zone that was tested for several months, a zone that was very frustrating, that I truthfully did not trade well through, but I did buy hard more in November and December, and because of what I was in, played catch up. The reality is we tested here and we closed on the highs of the day. Did not close the gap, but still good price action. We closed at 29.54. So very close to closing the gap there. Still ugly, not denying that. But this is living proof that you can have a red day and have some optimism. So I hope that helps. Hopefully this was interesting for you. Let us know if you have questions. Do not assume because it was a red tape that this was bad. That's what a lot of people look at, is they look at the ending performance, and don't get me wrong, it's frustrating. Horrible week. Horrible week. However, we are starting to see some good signs that could make this turn around. Again, we're not going to be biased one way or the other, but I am starting to lick my chops a little bit here because we have a lot more that we can add. So, exciting situation. If you're sitting on the sidelines in your bank, I'm sorry. It's going to be probably a little bit late. Start to add as soon as you can. There will be dips that you can buy, but get it invested. If you're sitting in a bank, rates are going to decline. You have to understand that this is not the right time to be sitting in your checking account. Interest rates are going to be not great for savers, but better for spenders, also known as refinance your house. Hope that helps. I know this was long, but it needed to happen, so don't hate me. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Appreciate your trust. Again, I apologize for the dip. I'm doing the best that I believe. My money was invested the same way. In fact, probably did even worse than most of my clients. I prioritize your stuff well over mine. So I appreciate your trust over the years. This was a very frustrating week for myself, even though we actually had 50% in cash. Usually do a little bit better, and a little disappointed there. We will rebound. I'm going to rest, take a shower. My office smells like crap because all I do is work in here and haven't gotten much sleep. So appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Bye.